Hi everyone, it's Fitz with your Walk and Talk, even though I'm not walking. Last one for the regular season, your pregame Walk and Talk. It's K-State, Iowa State. Saturday night, right here at the Bill, 7 p.m. kick, Fox national TV broadcast. It's supposed to be chilly. Get your warmers all ready. And maybe some snow. So nothing says Farmageddon like a little snow, a little cold. So fitting. Today's Walk and Talk sponsored by Easton Lanou, who helped out quite a bit today. He should be getting an education, but apparently schools aren't in today, so Kenny Lanou's son was here. He was a tremendous help. This is senior day, and senior days are always very cool, but I talked to Hayden Gilman about it. He did senior day last year knowing he was probably coming back, so they get a little watered down when you have more than one senior day, but it's still very cool. We're going to see a lot of guys that have been very important to Kansas State football be honored in the pregame, and it's also cool, and it's the last regular season game of the season. It's always odd for me to have senior day, and we got 2 more road games. It's just kind of weird. This Iowa State team, this has been one of Matt Campbell's better coaching jobs. And you know me, I've been kind of critical. I like to poke fun at, the new Bear Bryant. But he is a very good coach. Things kind of unwound on him last year. But everything this program went through, and I'm talking about the gambling issues where student athletes at Iowa and Iowa State were caught betting on college sports or sports that they can't bet on. And that could have really rocked the program. You lose your starting quarterback, even though we can discuss all you want about whether that was a good thing to be forced to go to a different quarterback, because I think it's helped him. But, it's so disruptive to the program, and he's kept it going. And we've talked a lot about tiebreakers in the Big 12. Hell, if Iowa State had pulled off the upset of Texas last week, there'd be basically a 5-way tie. I mean, they would have been in that tie. So it's really impressive what he's done. But they've also, lost these games to better opponents. Of note for this game is this, for me. I find this very interesting. So far this season, all of Kansas State's best opponents have been on the road. And particularly in the Big 12, the more beatable opponents have been here at home. Now you wonder if those have been reversed, if K-State would be in a better situation. But they have absolutely hammered everyone at home this year. And I'm telling you right now, if they hammer Iowa State, that'll be something, because these games are always close. They're always competitive. They're always so good. They're fun to watch. They usually come down to a last possession or something. It's Farmageddon, and I do have an affinity for it because fans have really grown to love this rivalry. And I think that's a function also of the conference being in constant movement. The core 4 schools of KU, K-State, and Oklahoma State have just stayed the course from the old Big 8 into what now will be a Big 16 featuring 12 schools that weren't in that original alignment. Look, you can argue with me it's accurate. You can tell me that the Big 12 was a new conference, but if you were around in those days, come on, it was just the evolution of the Big 8. I know they threw out all the records and started over. I wish they would, with the new conference, go back and pick up the Big 8 records and add them in. And have this be, the storage place for all those Big 8 records, because this has been one continuous conference for the 4 schools, and Iowa State's one of those, and I love that they play at the end of the year every year, so the game has added meaning. I guess last year wasn't at the end of the year, but that was kind of the epitome of what this series is about. Iowa State was struggling last year. They just weren't very good offensively. They were very good defensively. And K-State goes up there and gets a 10-9 victory. It was just an act of survival. Get out of there with a 1-point win, whether it's a blocked extra point or a last-second touchdown pass from Skylar Thompson. These games have exciting finishes, and I hope there's a big crowd at Bill Snyder Family Stadium, because I made a daily delivery this year that was a little bit inaccurate. I thought this game was sold out, but the fact that it's 2 days after Thanksgiving, there are tickets available. And I think it's important for K-Staters, I will do a daily delivery on this, to make sure this game is sold out, and K-State would have played in front of a sold-out crowd every game. Not every home game, every game this season, all 12 of them. And I think that's a really cool stat and shows where K-State kind of stands in the pecking order of this conference. It's a team you want to see, whether it's home or on the road. 7 p.m. kick. It's Farmageddon. It's senior night. It's going to be cold. Wrap up. You're hardy Kansans. You can do it. Not me. I'm soft. I'll be in the press box.